going on, guys, and welcome back to You Don't Know Ball. We have the championship round of the playoffs, and I'm ecstatic. Initial reactions, thoughts, feelings? What do you guys think?
I think this is going to be fun. I hope it's fun. The playoffs have been kind of underwhelming this year. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
I think last year set the bar really high.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
last year was pretty
that one
cool,
divisional
yeah.
round, so like, I don't know.
Yeah, this one was definitely not. I don't know.
You know, it feels goofy saying this, but like, there's no way to explain it because I feel like you could say it's any year, but just these matchups, I really did not see any of these happening at the beginning of the year. You know what I mean?
No.
I think these are gonna be fire though. These are the best football games of the year, and they're about to happen on the same day. We're gonna be able to watch them together.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like
awesome.
that's great.
It's
That's
awesome.
gonna be
I love it.
awesome.
I love the championship Sunday because it's like one after another.
One
Like,
after the other,
it
the
was
highest
the-
level of football.
I think it was Packers, Bucks, and then Bengals or
Bills,
Chiefs, Bills.
chill. Those are the two
Those
best
are
games.
awesome. Those are so cool. But
Dude,
yeah, that's why championship Sunday is awesome.
yeah,
It's great.
I'm excited.
I actually want to start off by asking a question. It kind of goes back to last week, but real quick. How do you guys feel about the Bengals' energy, like during and after the game, especially when they were like, I don't want to say like gloating or flaunting, but bro, they really came with some energy. And I saw a lot of stuff on Twitter, especially from Bills fans, that they were like kind of upset about it.
Well, I just think I want to say this because this is what I was talking to a few people about. It's like, you got to be careful poking the bear, right? They're saying Burrowhead, all this, and they don't even have the ring yet. I know they were there, they were this close, but you don't have the ring yet. Y'all got to be really careful. I'm just saying, man, you don't want to give them that bulletin board material at home. I don't know. That's just not my approach.
I mean, the fact that I think some like Bills fans were like coming from the aspect of like DeMar Hamlin stuff, and they felt like slightly disrespected.
See, I didn't even see this. Okay, wait, can you elaborate for us?
Are you talking about the Eli Apple stuff?
It was like the Eli Apple stuff, but like even like one of the other DBs was like talking shit to like fans and stuff, and like I think Joe Mixon said something like it wasn't like anything like bad direct towards DeMar Hamlin. It was more like the ticket sales and stuff, and like a lot of Bills fans took it as that.
Well, here's the thing: that the ticket sales stuff is absolutely ridiculous because they were selling tickets for Bengals, Jags if it was a possibility. Like, come on, why you use that? I guess you could use that as motivation, but like everyone was selling tickets because that's what they do. Like, you got to plan ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's not lying.
Sometimes you don't make it. It's just what happens.
I think they do that regardless.
Yeah,
but
no, they do it. I'm telling you, they do it regardless of situation. Like, so I guess they can use that. It's like, why?
I mean, if the Bengals want to use it to fuel their fire, and
Yeah,
they
it's cool.
felt disrespected by it, then by all means, go ahead. Like,
Yeah, it's cool.
they were juiced up because of it.
Certainly a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah.
And I think
Hey, build your own chip.
I believe it probably had something to do with the coin toss stuff as well.
Yeah.
Like the, home or the neutral site and all that stuff, how they didn't get a
I think-
chance. So I assume that had something to do with
I think they just felt like they were like the odd man out of like the Bills and Chiefs scenario.
Mhm.
So they felt like disrespected by it. All right. On to the first game.
Where are we going?
Where are we going
We're
first?
going to Kansas City or are we going to
the Niners.
Philly?
I
Niners
guess
Eagles
Eagles
is
first.
first.
In order.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll go Eagles Niners.
We're going to Philly.
All right. First reaction straight down the line. Who's winning? I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I got to go Eagles.
Give me the Niners.
I'll go Niners with Dobbs.
Oh, Hunter?
I knew it.
Sirianni's cooking.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to say, because we were just talking about it right before the show, like, I don't know how they can come out flat. Like, seriously, dreams and nightmares is going to be pumping through that stadium.
Holy shit.
If
I
Meek,
guarantee you Meek Mill's walking them out
if
too.
Meek Mill
Oh,
is
God.
if Meek Mill is walking them out singing that song, it is over. I don't care what anyone says.
I wasn't thinking
Nah,
about
we
that.
had this once.
Dog,
The Niners
nah,
have
bro.
prepared. They know they know what's coming.
No,
I want to
bro.
hear this. They are pissed off. They want to
Meek
get
Mill
back.
is 100% walking
Oh,
out to
no
Dreams
doubt.
and Nightmares.
That's
It-
a crazy start. And the game hasn't even started, and they already have an advantage.
That's a crazy scene, bro. There's gonna be a video of it somewhere after. Oh my god, that's how do you feel if you're the Niners walking into that? Like, yo, these guys got juice ready. We haven't even played a damn.
That
snap.
shit gave me juice. I want to kick their ass for that.
Oh, I don't know if
They need
that,
me in the locker room.
I'm kind of hyped up right now, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
I would hope they bring Meek Mill
that's
out.
gonna be sick.
They
I
want to
have
kick
a-
their ass even more.
Oh, dog,
God
stop.
damn.
I got a quick
This would
question
juice
though.
me up if I was Fred Warner.
Would you rather play as an
That
opponent?
sounds
Would you
so
rather play in
crazy.
the Link or would you rather play at Arrowhead?
As an opponent.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Personally, I'd rather play in Kansas City. I feel like
KC, I think for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
same.
think it's
Bro,
KC.
Philly fans are unmatched. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Philly
Yeah.
fans are
Shout out
chirping you
Roro,
right when
too.
you get off the bus.
Bro,
Dude, instantly,
You're
bro.
getting
They,
beer
Yeah.
cans thrown off you.
The KC
right when
Stadium
you
is
get off the
louder,
bus.
but
Yeah.
exactly,
Like,
what you
it's
gotta
a
deal
fear
with.
factor.
like they're nasty.
It's the whole time. It's the whole trip. It's not just the 3 hours there. It's the weekend that you're there. You gotta
Yep.
be worried.
You're staying in the hotel and you're like, I'm worried.
guys, doesn't Ferraro go to like every single Eagles game that's at home?
Does he?
I saw him
I
at the
don't
last
know.
big one. Shout out Raro.
He was at the
He was
last. I
cheesing.
promise you, he's gonna be at this next one too.
Dude,
Sure.
the tickets for
He's got that.
the prices for those tickets, insane.
I'm sure.
I saw Dan Orlovsky's tweet and like it was just like literally you could touch God, like sitting up that high, bro. $900.
I'm sure.
I was like,
Yeah, I'm not even surprised.
That's
But that is
I mean, I'm not surprised, but like, damn, that's crazy. That's a lot.
nowadays, I thought it could have been upwards of like $1,000. Honestly, I feel like nowadays 900
Oh, yeah.
for the conference shit may be a bargain.
Yeah,
Still,
But-
it's way too much money though. Don't get me wrong.
Could you imagine paying $900 to sit all the way up there in the cold and like your team just shits the bed?
Oh,
Ugh.
That's what's
I'd be
gonna
so
happen.
mad, bro.
Like a fucking Broncos fan against
You mean
Seattle in
like-
the Super Bowl, and you're
Oh.
like, you're just sitting there and watching your team get destroyed.
Stop.
You
Okay.
bought
No, I actually-
thousands of dollars
we
worth
were-
of
Can we
tickets.
discuss this for a second? Because I've
We
thought
were
about
in the
this a
wild
lot.
card game, but we did experience that.
That's true.
Where do you? But when it's
we
the
didn't pay the
conference
tickets,
chip
though.
or the
Okay, true.
You're spending your own money on those tickets, and then you're watching that. No,
Don't get it twisted. I was still shitty as hell.
I'm still
Yeah.
really mad.
That's
I was-
true, that's
But
true.
where do you seriously no? Where do you like? Especially when you expect to win, there's a huge difference. Like I mean, respectfully, you know what I
true.
mean. It's like that was even if y'all won that round, it's kind of like how far are we going to go? It's like when you're a
We were
team
coming-
that's
oh,
at
we were
one
going
team,
to New Orleans and we were
like the
winning.
We're
Broncos,
going
and
to
it's
Super
like what's
Bowl.
happening? Like where do you go from there that night? Just a little side note, but it's like you know what I mean. I've thought about this before. It's like that's a really just like
What?
depressing event.
oh, to
like
sleep.
you traveled out to see them. They
No, I'm not. I
completely
can't
shit the
sleep
bed
after
in a
that.
big. That's what I'm saying. I wouldn't be able to go to sleep. Then you got to go back to the airport. Like that's just a shitty event because when we
Dog.
really put the pieces together, that is like like the
Dog.
shittiest event.
I-
They can happen to sports related.
I'm just going back to the wild card round that we were at. I would probably say that's the closest I was into tears, like with the sporting event, bro. I was
Did
sick.
you guys play the Saints that year?
No,
No,
the
those are your
Eagles.
It was the
The
Eagles.
double doink.
Oh no,
The double doink
Dog.
one. We were all at the game,
Yeah.
and we were pretty high up.
The close-
so that's
Okay,
what made
so
me
that
think
makes
of it.
this a little bit
No,
more.
we weren't that
You
high.
guys actually had a chance to go
We're
far that year. No, I take
three-
back my
We
statement.
were pretty high up.
300? 300 is not too high.
No, I thought it
It's
was
like
good. I
100,
don't know.
200.
But
We're like the first row of like the second.
closest I was to tears from a sporting
Oh,
event.
we were a little bit
Definitely,
higher.
that
Guys,
was.
we were like 5 rows away from being like the last row in the stadium.
I don't think so. I think you're
We
tripping.
have a very
no,
different
bro, we might
recollection
have
of
been
this.
like 2 rows.
I think you're
away from-
tripping. think
I
you're
honestly don't know what had me sicker: the double doink or the Derrick Rose injury.
tripping. Ooh, that's a good one.
D Rose,
Chicago.
Even if I wasn't a
which
Bears
one?
fan,
The
it's
Miami
gotta
one?
be.
In the playoffs against
versus
Miami.
the Sixers when he tore his ACL.
First round?
In the playoff, wasn't it against Miami.
No, Sixers.
With a minute
I remember
left.
exactly where I was.
My whole
Yeah,
family
same.
literally was distraught. Like we were eating burgers. I still remember eating burgers. We all just like we're done. We were like, wow.
Close
Like,
to
that's
tears
the
with that
run.
one
Like,
too,
we all
for
knew
real.
it too, and it was such a
For real.
heartbreaking moment.
Just
bro.
a circle of pain for Chicago.
But
We
we'll
love
get
you. We love you, D Rose. We never forgot. We love you, D Rose.
we'll get back to the game.
I was watching
but
D Rose highlights the other day, and bro, it was damn near motivational, inspirational, and it wasn't even Bulls highlights. I went back and watched his 50-point game on the T Wolves.
I cried
That's
when he
cool.
did the post game interview.
So
That
that was
can't
Yes,
crazy.
lie.
no cap. I actually did. No cap. D
shout,
Rose is a
out,
legend.
shout out Rose. All right, since Dylan cut me off the first time, we'll go back at it again. I think this game's won in the trenches on both sides. You have the Eagles' O line is the best in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The Niners' D line is probably best in the league.
Right.
And then flip it around, Eagles have an insane D line, insane, and the Niners got a pretty good O line with anchored by Trent Williams. Whoever controls line of scrimmage, I think, just runs away with this. And McCaffrey didn't practice this week. Mitchell didn't practice this week. So it's like they're obviously going to play, but how much is that going to linger into, the run game? Is he going to have to go straight to Brock Purdy's hands in the link night game?
I doubt it, but
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like for San Fran to win this game, and the reason I think I picked him is because I do think that Kyle Shanahan is just on one of the hottest tiers or streaks of calling plays, and like with all those playmakers, it's almost like it's their game to lose, even though they're plus 2.5 right now. It's like if Kyle Shanahan's calling the right plays and they score on their first 2 drives, are they going to get stopped?
here's the
That's
thing.
the
I'm
question.
going to go back to they score in the 2 drives. But I think if they score first
Mhm.
or just score in their first drive, I think that's just huge momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Like Purdy's definitely lets out a breath of air. Like, I can do this. I'm in here now, and we just went down 75 and scored. I think that's probably one of the bigger drives of the game. Obviously, it starts out, but it'll be bigger ones. But I think that starting out fast, I think they got to.
I think both these teams kind of go to early leads the whole season, and then they kind of hold it.
I think the Eagles have scored a touchdown, like not on every first drive of the year, but like
Damn near.
90% of the first drives, they're scoring a touchdown.
Probably really close, yeah.
Right. So
And even like the percentage of scoring on like the first 3 drives has to be crazy high. They jumped out to like so many like 21-0 leads, 21-7, like 17-0 leads. It's kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah.
This is what I mean. And I said this earlier. It's like it was like a premonition for this moment. Remember when I said the teams that have the perfect seasons, they never have them games where they really falter in regular season. Everyone, this is going to be that game for the Eagles. Like you said, they always start out fast. Start out
On
hot.
the contrary,
They're not starting out hot this time. Not happening against us.
I have to say though, like the same thing I've been saying about the 49ers, like you guys know I love the 49ers. Shanahan's him. I've been preaching it all year. Bro, they're on what now? Like 12-game win streak? Like I feel the same way about them.
13, I think.
13,
Keep
like
going.
Well, because they played the wild card, right? Yeah.
yeah.
how about this? Which team has faced the most adversity this year?
Oh, it's not even a question, the Niners.
And I think that's kind of what Dobbs is saying is that,
No,
you know,
yeah.
like,
Oh,
I'm with you on Shanahan too. Like he's ready to take this. Are you kidding me? Like he's looking at Sirianni like bitch. Like yeah, bitch. Like let's go.
Damn, are you guys all like,
because
you like Shanahan now?
There's something that he's been
kind
robbed.
of.
He robbed himself too many times.
This
he's
isn't-
gonna come he's gonna hit with the uppercut. Are you kidding me?
This
That's
isn't like
how I see it happening.
a slander to Shanahan, but my thing is, if the first half last week, Purdy to me looked very pedestrian, and it's like if the Eagles just apply that same pressure and don't let him get in his, because the issue is when they get in the rhythm, and when the Niners get in the rhythm, that's when I feel like their offense becomes unstoppable. But Purdy looked pedestrian, and like the Eagles are like they're grittier than like they're not dirty, but like you know what I'm talking about. Like they're way more aggressive. I feel like than
Hands
the Cowboys.
in the dirt.
Yeah.
Get after,
So
yeah.
like I feel like if they just don't let Purdy get in his rhythm, I feel like it's just that offense ain't
It's
gonna
all the run game too,
Yeah.
right? Like
Well,
I mean,
So that's also what I was gonna say really quick. My bad. I
no,
just
go
don't
ahead, go
forget.
ahead.
I was slandering the McCaffrey trade, and
I was
don't
gonna
get me
bring that
wrong,
up.
as if they don't get it done, I mean he's still gonna be there next year, but it just looks worse. The difference in skill level between Mitchell and McCaffrey is so ridiculous. I know that's like very obvious, but like when you watch them play, it's just like when they hand the ball off to Mitchell, it's like no gain. But then when McCaffrey, it's like always there's some yards, literally always. So it's just crazy.
well, I was going to bring up the McCaffrey trade too, because like their offense has been exponentially better since they got McCaffrey. And I think Shanahan loves the multi-tool guys, where we saw with Debo a lot too. And now he is like another one and more of a running back actually to do the same kind of stuff with. And dude, it's been really scary, honestly.
McCaffrey's lined up wide like a lot since
yeah.
he's been back.
Mhm.
Like I've seen him catch like normally when it's 3rd and 3 and you call a slant to your Y,
I know what you're talking
it's a
about.
receiver. But in this case, it's Christian
I know
McCaffrey.
exactly what you're talking about.
And so the thing about that is that I think the advantage the Niners have is being able to score early. I think that's going to be huge. And I think the Philly defense this year has been so good because it's been Slay and Bradbury making a ton of plays. The weakest part about the Philly defense is definitely the run game. Like the linebackers grade very well in coverage. Fletcher Cox is old. He's not the same player he used to be. I haven't seen or heard of Jordan Davis in forever. Like, I don't know what that's going on, but to me, I think if the Niners control the game and make the Eagles play their game, they're going to win. And that's the advantage that they have.
Dude, I just thought like this game is so fucking sick. I love it. Like, oh my God, I love it. Like,
I'm so excited to see Hurts too.
Debo and Ayuk versus Bradbury and Slay. Like, oh my, you can't ask.
That's great.
Let me ask you a
I
question.
won't ask for anything else. I
Like
won't.
Kyler
That's
was saying,
awesome.
This is because I was agreeing with him so much. I just want to say it. This is my thing. I can see the Niners defense matching the physicality of the Eagles offense. I don't know if I can see anybody besides the front 4, front 5 for the Eagles matching that intensity of all 11 people on the Niners offense for a whole game. Like you think? I mean, the Eagles linebacking core and D-backs are going to come smack them fourth quarter, third quarter.
Darius Slay has never been a good tackler or known to being a great
They're
tackler.
gonna. I think
Javarius
they're
Ward will
gonna.
be slamming people in the third, fourth quarter.
I don't know if you could.
Jarvis was
You know
getting
what I
cooked
mean?
up last week, though. The boys were getting cooked up by CD alone.
Let's look at it the flip side then. The Niners defense versus Philly offense.
4 quarters.
And I'm telling you,
I actually they're not gonna. It's gonna come a lot on Hurts and the receivers too. And I know AJ Brown was pissed last week about not getting the ball. Like they're gonna have the success running the football, but one, I think it'll be Hurts, not really Miles Sanders, Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell at all. So I think Hurts gonna have to put on. He's gonna have to run the ball a lot, and he's gonna have to make a lot of good throws.
Mhm.
But I think the throws are gonna be more so open for them.
I can see it.
I was watching this K Adams clip, but in the back half, like back seven or so games, Niners secondary has really struggled. You telling me that the Cowboys don't win that game if they just have one other receiver step up or Pollard doesn't get hurt? Like they were that close, you know what I'm saying? So like
Right.
CD went 10 for 117. Yeah, I know there was like 2 big chunk plays that, got him up to that yardage, but now you got to go Devonta and AJ Brown and Goddard, and like, that's going to be tough. And how do you stop that? Like I don't know.
I'm not even saying this is an advantage for one or the other, but I think a very underrated matchup in this game is the 49ers defensive line versus the Eagles O-line.
Yeah, it's
Like the two best at their position groups in the league.
You're
Like,
gonna have to get after it. So
it's going to be like Bosa. It's going to be very fun to see him go against that O-line, especially interior too. It's going to be a battle.
maybe
Bloodbath.
I don't know.
Versus my lot of
I don't know.
tape.
I don't know how healthy Lane Johnson is.
He's questionable, but
he's
gonna play.
But he's gonna play.
Yeah.
But I'm saying like I don't
How it's
know how
gonna
many
affect his play.
snaps he played last week against the Giants. Because if Johnson's not in and Bosa just goes to the side that Johnson's in and maybe he's not 100% or whatever, probably gonna take advantage of that and then you worry a little bit. But that's gonna be sick.
I was thinking, I think you're right when you say that the Niners defense, the worst part is the secondary. Like Travarius Ward's a very good corner, but like I think the philosophy that the Niners defense have is like they really are aggressive at the line of scrimmage.
Get
Hufanga
after
really
it.
plays in
Yeah.
the box a lot. He blitzes a lot, and that's kind of where they get their pressure. I think Philly's biggest advantage is Devonta Smith and AJ Brown. Like if they play the ball outside the numbers, like those receivers are probably winning almost every play. So I think if Hurts can get the ball out to them often, I see AJ Brown catching like 2 or 3 go routes. Like pretty easily. Like they're gonna try Travarius Ward a lot, and that's gonna be a matchup to highlight and to be looking at. I think Philly can win that game if Devonta is getting 10 catches. If AJ Brown is super efficient, has a ton of yards, like that's how I see Philly winning this game.
And I wouldn't say like Philly does it a ton, but they do screens a decent amount to like AJ Brown, like quick stuff. And that's not happening against the Niners. So I agree. It's going to have to be like very heavy on the vertical pass game and stuff, like not a lot underneath.
Right.
And then we can move on to the next game after this or whatever. But I think it's like something tough for the Eagles that they're going to have to face is I don't think Goddard's going to win that matchup with Warner. I just don't see it.
Not
I
at
just
all.
don't- And I love Goddard. He's
He'll win a
very
couple
under.
reps.
CD
He'll
was
win.
not winning the matchup against
That was
Warner.
unreal. No. Seriously, that's probably one of the craziest plays I've seen in a long time. He was on the other side, other gap. Fucking ridiculous.
Insane.
Ridiculous stuff
Nobody
by
makes
Warner.
that play. You can't make that play in Madden with the
You
fucking
can't,
safety.
dog. That is crazy.
He's
That
dead
play.
as a safety playing linebacker that just got swole.
But couldn't you see that as a positive for the Eagles almost, where it takes Goddard out and you're putting Fred Warner, one of the best players on the defense, taking out your tight end? Then you have, Devonta Smith and AJ Brown. You have Travarius Ward guarding him, and then who's the other corner?
It's not Verrett because he's been hurt.
It's not Mosley, is it? No.
That's what I'm saying. Like you have those two guys
Yeah,
that
they
are
are.
alphas.
It's the rookie, isn't it?
It's
Demondre
Lenore.
Lenore. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Domodor Lenore, and I loved him at Oregon.
Yeah,
So,
Oregon.
I would look at it almost as a positive for the Eagles. Like Goddard might not be involved that much, but you're taking away one of the best players on their defense on pass plays if he's got to be guarding him.
No, that
Man,
is-
that's gonna be exciting.
It's such a great game. Like this matchup's so fire. Like each team's kind of got their
Each
edges.
side. Oh,
They're gonna have
dude.
to lean on it.
Maybe the most even matchup I've seen in a while.
I think so.
Like, there's a lot of like you can say it's close. Like,
Similar-
that's gonna
honestly,
be
I'd be
similar
happy
play
if this
styles.
was like, I know they can't do it, but I'd be happy if this was like a Super Bowl matchup. Like imagine this was like the big game of the
dude.
year.
Yeah, this would
But
be
that would be awesome.
exciting.
I mean, conference championship, like that's kind of what it's about. Like
It is, yeah.
AFC teams playing each other the whole time, and like then they meet for this pinnacle. NFC, these teams have been playing each other. All the NFC teams reached this pinnacle. I thought the Bills Chiefs game last year was like the Super Bowl because like the Bengals
felt
Rams,
like that,
it
yeah.
felt like that. I think these games.
Well, that was
are
the
gonna
best game of the
feel
year,
like the
for
Super Bowl.
sure.
Like these games are gonna be.
They're technically a championship game.
Should we-
They're championship games.
Yeah,
They
we do
are.
too.
They are.
There's
Oh,
quick score predictions.
score predictions.
Just to see high low. What are you thinking? Like,
Champions of
is the
half of the
offense going to
country.
win this or?
You get your half country championship.
No,
then
they
you
have
shop
good.
The whole country.
Obviously, it's going to be a crazy defensive game too. But like, I think they're still
Too
going to
much
get
offense.
theirs. There's too much offense in this game too. So I'm going to go like a 27-24.
All right. I'll probably go 23-20 Eagles.
Final score.
Yeah.
I go 2017.
Ooh. Lower
I'm not
than
gonna
me.
give a final score, but I'm gonna say George Kittle over like 100 yards this evening.
Fire. Yeah.
He's
He
gonna go
signed
buck.
with Chubby's
He's gonna
too.
go
So
crazy.
he's copying whatever they put out.
He should thank Purdy. He unlocked him.
He should.
He's been hooping with Purdy.
Yeah.
right.
Iowa.
Next game?
Yeah.
No, fuck Purdy. He never beat Iowa.
You're a hater.
It's the truth.
No, but
I'm
you're a
not
hater.
lying.
You're a
I'm
hater
not
of
lying.
his. You're a hater of his.
Hater.
Right or wrong?
Holy shit.
No,
Just
I
say
give him
it.
his-
No.
Okay.
You hate him.
No, I don't hate him. I'm just saying I'm always waiting on him because he's a rookie. I do think that plays a factor. I've been waiting on him to make a mistake, and he hasn't yet.
It's just not. I don't know why he's not doing that.
That's what I'm saying.
Why are you not throwing picks? Why are you being nice?
Yeah, he's. I don't know. You with a rookie, you assume it's going to catch up to him at some point, and it just hasn't.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Surprised he doesn't have like a cool nickname yet. But yeah, anyway,
That's
right.
true. That's
he
a-
does.
what is it?
Who, Purdy?
Yeah.
Big
Dude.
Cock Brock.
Yeah.
You
They-
guys haven't seen that?
They,
No.
That shit is not. That's too common,
Bro, that's
Is it-
why-
what's like what,
We
like
needed-
Purdy with the like? We just have the rhymes.
I
Like
was
where's like you
saying-
know what I mean? Like
We need Purdy to play Drew Lock.
that's what I mean.
stupid.
There's already a copycat.
You're
You can't have two of them.
We need Locke to sign with the Niners. See what he can do.
You're stupid for that. Oh fuck, that was good.
All right, next game.
Exciting stuff still.
Chiefs, Bengals down the line.
Oh fuck, I had to come down from that Niners Eagles.
I'm going
talk.
with Big Red. I'm going with the Chiefs.
He knows.
I'll give my reasoning later, but I'm gonna go Chiefs as well.
I gotta go Chiefs, especially because of the underdog. Disrespectful.
That's crazy.
Disrespectful.
That's just straight
At
up
the crib?
crazy, bro.
At the
Ew,
crib?
that's not gonna sit well with Mahomes.
I was gonna say Chiefs too, but fuck it.
Who day?
Respect.
Gotta give the other side.
Bengals, Zach Taylor, Joe Burrow. Also, I think if Mahomes' ankle is not 100%, I think that plays a big part.
There's a video of him today walking out of a press conference, and he wasn't limping.
Literally not at all.
Until he gets touched. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Until
That's
he
true.
goes behind the door and he's like, oh,
Shit feels great until.
I gotta do my best fucking walk right here.
But no, there's a video of him running at practice too, jogging. But he also jogs like an idiot sometimes.
Yeah, he runs
he-
so weird, dude.
That's
He
fucking,
like waddles.
coming off the play, he's walking Andy Reid and he's just
yeah, it's like a strut
got a-
almost.
It's
Like-
actually no. It's border. It's like it's hysterical. Like he better never change that shit because that shit is like hilarious. That's
It
just
is.
a signature.
Okay, so why I think the Chiefs are going to win is before we like go deep into the analysts and everything. It's just like I always feel like when like a guy like Mahomes, Andy Reid, like they're like borderline legends already. People start to sleep on them. They're like, nah, like people have caught up to them. You know what I'm saying? They come back and they do it again. And they've been sleeping on Mahomes. Like no one really talks about him anymore. He has no one besides Kelsey this year. I feel like he's just gonna like kind of like sneak in there and get the job done.
dude, I feel like especially all the hype that the Bengals have been getting, and it's like it's kind of gotten to their own heads too. The players says like Burrowhead, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of
You
hearing
just said the Bengals are
Burrowhead.
gonna win.
I know. I'm gonna
He's spitting.
I'm gonna play that argument, but like they're just riding such a high, and they're you can't underestimate the Chiefs.
Mhm.
And when you're already declaring their home stadium as my quarterback's home stadium, like come on,
See,
What have the Chiefs said too? Have you heard anything?
not
Uh,
jack shit.
No, they're not talking.
No.
Willie Gay did.
Okay, well,
All right,
you
he
didn't
no,
talk to
wait,
Connor
what did he
about
say?
that.
He can say whatever he wants
You
to say.
didn't talk to Connor about
Wait,
that.
what did he say?
No, it was today. A reporter asked him, what's so special about the Bengals offense? And he just said nothing. And I think that was the end of his conference.
Facts.
Well, that's it. He honestly can't even. That's like the only way you can answer it. I mean, I wouldn't want
Well,
my
yeah.
player to answer it any other way. I'd be like, yeah, it's a good answer.
I mean, you can
Don't give
answer
him
that
any-
when you're like one of the best linebackers in the NFL.
Shut up, dude.
You gotta say nothing. You can't give them any
He's been
hype. You
playing
gotta-
really well.
He's a beast.
He has-
He's always been a beast.
He has been playing well. But that's kind of why I'm going with the Chiefs here. Like, Mahomes, like, you realize how disrespectful that is to say it's Burrowhead? Do you realize that?
Mm-hmm.
Where they play Kansas City's like, everyone knows that stadium's crazy. But when you put that label on Burrow's head, and I'm Patrick seeing that. He's seeing this. Like, come on, he's not stupid. He doesn't live under a rock. That's gonna fire him up, and oh man, that's just all the motivation you need. Like, oh, Mahomes hasn't beat Burrow. Yeah, cool. So what? I think this could be a Mahomes masterclass, despite the ankle. I think if he has to sit in the pocket and get after it, I think he's gonna get after it. And I really believe this is gonna be Mahomes masterclass.
Mm-hmm.
But what
It's
if
gonna be
Burrow
sick.
wins?
Huh?
Then it's real. Then
No,
it's
I'm
for
saying,
real
like,
Burrowhead.
I'm saying, yeah,
That's
yeah,
true.
okay.
Yeah, basically.
No, I won't hate.
That's true.
I won't hate on that, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
He'd be 4-0 and what 3-0 at Arrowhead, or is it 2-2?
to
He hasn't lost to Mahomes, I think.
No, he's
No,
3-0 right now. I'm just saying I don't know if the one for sure wasn't at Arrowhead.
Oh,
that
I think it
this
was.
year.
I think it was one. Wasn't.
Just one, the one this year. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's just all the motivation you need. I feel like, but I think Mahomes is gonna cook. I am pretty scared of the ankle though. I can't even lie.
He's fine.
They're gonna send Eli Apple on a blitz and it's all over.
He's 105 out of like 112.
Dude, he is kind of
this
making me
year.
cheese. I can't even lie. Like I used to hate him, but I think it's kind of funny now.
It is kinda
You gotta
funny.
let him cook.
It's
He's
kind
a
of funny.
pest. He's just a pest and he knows
You
it.
have
He's
to-
like the Pat Bev of the NFL.
That's
No,
what
but
it is.
but
What he is.
also
but you know
worse.
about it? No, because I'm
That's
about
what
to
it's
clout.
Not out
Nah,
here
because-
running his mouth on Twitter
No,
and
Eli
shit.
Apple
Because I'm
quoted
about to
stuff
get-
on
no.
Diggs tweet and said Cancun.
No, you are not. No,
He
you
said
are
Cancun
not.
on 3.
You are not
Have you guys
allowed
seen
to
that
gas this
video?
behavior.
Oh my god.
The
No,
original?
y'all are not allowed to guess this behavior. I'm gonna tell you why. Because tell me if I'm spitting or tell me if I'm not. But this is how I look at it, right? Because there's this innate thing in life, right? And this is how it always goes. It's the motherfuckers that are talking the most garbage that haven't done shit. Like realistically, the Bengals haven't done shit. And if I'm the Chiefs, right, and you're talking shit to me, I'm like, little bro, you got no ring. Get some hardware.
That's fair.
Like, and here's the thing. And once you get the hardware, it's like once the little boy's talking to you, you're like, y'all some little boys. I ain't gotta talk shit back to you, clown. I got the hardware, pussy. They don't have the hardware. So here's my thing. All this talk, no hardware. They already got the hardware. They're not talking. They're ready to go smack him in the mouth and get a second piece of hardware. And I'm just saying, there's this thing where, at least if you're gonna talk shit and you have the hardware, people take you seriously. When you're talking shit like Eli Apple, well, he has college hardware. I give him credit.
Question, yeah.
But
I was about
he
to
does.
say, did he win that?
He does have college
Yeah,
hardware.
what's up with you? You rock with him or
Yeah,
what?
was it?
Of course. I don't know. I
But
don't
this is
think
a
there's an
different league
Ohio
now.
State
That'd be
player
like
I
coming in
don't
college,
rock
like
with.
flexing your high school state championships.
Yeah.
This is a whole different thing, right? So I'm just saying, get.
He won the first ever college football playoff.
I mean, I won the first ever.
I think.
I mean, what if someone said they won the first ever like state championship? I'd be
No,
like,
yeah.
like
I'm just fucking with you.
no. So it's like I'm just saying, I look at it like they talking all this, but it almost comes off insecure because the teams that usually have the hardware already.
But see, that's how to me the Bills felt this year. The
Yeah,
whole
and-
thing it's
and
our
how'd it
year.
go?
But it's like they never. To me, it felt like the Bengals could actually do it. For the Bills, it always was so shaky to me. They never consistently came out with energy.
Well, it was like the first like 4 games. They looked like fire, like really good. And then like it started like Josh Allen started to make some mistakes and then some injuries, and it was just like you could tell. I hate to say it, but like you could start to tell during the year, like you're saying, that it just wasn't the Bills' year.
I don't think the Bills were talking shit though.
No, everyone was guessing that.
But no, yeah, everyone. That's not their own football. Yeah,
Their fan base was doing it for them.
and
Um,
losing Vaughn was tough. Too.
Getting into like
That's on
the
them.
aspects of this Chiefs Bengals game, I think from the Bengals offense to the Chiefs defense side, the Bengals definitely have the upper hand with the receivers like in Chase and T. Higgins and whatnot. I think they're gonna have to lean on that, but the Kansas City defense I think is a little underrated.
It's very
Especially-
underrated.
Especially, I mean, Frank Clark or no, hold on. Jones. Chris
Chris
Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Holy shit. That was tough.
Okay,
Okay.
throwback.
Yeah, oh my God.
It always I have trouble sometimes because
Yeah.
I think Chandler. It's like the CH sound, Chandler Jones, Chris Jones.
Right. Chris Jones, I think, might be the X factor for them because we all know that the Bengals O-line is really bad and Burrow's been getting the ball out really fast. The only way to really get pressure that quickly is through the inside. Chris Jones in the playoffs the last 4 years has just made his presence felt. Like he's really been in quarterbacks' faces every time in the playoffs, and I think it's a big game for him this week.
Looking at the injury report, it says Kappa and Jonah Williams are questionable.
They might play.
But if they do play, they're 100%. I think one of them had a dislocated kneecap.
Oh,
I think that was Williams, maybe. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's definitely something to look out for. The front four for the Chiefs has to win, I think.
I mean,
And they have to dominate because the Bengals O-line last week going against the Bills D-line,
they won.
they shut them up, and they won by a lot. Like you could tell they were winning that game because they were just winning in the trenches, and that's just how you got to win these games. And like going back to the Bills, they had no pass rush. Like regardless of who was out there, like no one was getting to the quarterback. So someone's got to step up, and I think Chris Jones will, and Frank Clark's got to have a big game. Interesting note, I think it was in PMT this week. Did you know Frank Clark's like fourth in?
Oh my God,
Playoff
sacks.
Yeah.
He
Of
could
all
be
time?
All time.
He could be one after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
if
So
they make it. Yeah.
trash, though.
Like what?
It makes me so
But that's what I'm saying.
angry.
Like it just, I don't know.
I think he has what, like 18 and a half?
Well, no,
It's
that
like
one. The
14,
year
I
they won
think.
the
Oh,
Super Bowl,
18
he was
and a
like,
half is the
It was,
record.
oh, 18 that's the
snapping.
record or something like that. Yeah. But
Just
yeah,
feeding
He's
off
your Hall
of
of
Chris
Famer.
Jones pressure.
I was
Interior pressure.
cheesing at that when I was listening. I was like, Frank Clark? Are you for real?
Get the fuck out.
yeah, he's 3.5 sacks behind.
Yeah, so
Hey,
apparently
you
nobody
can-
gets sacks in the playoffs. Like this is actually crazy.
all clean
Guess
up.
number
Oh, no,
one.
4, sorry,
Guess
I
number
capped.
one. I mean, he's a great player, but like,
Willie McGinnis.
it was Willie McGinnis. Bruce Smith number 2 is
He
not.
was
I mean, that makes
snapping.
sense.
Willie
That's what I was
McGinnis is a snapper.
No, I'm saying, but like, I'm just like surprised he's number 1.
Yeah,
Like,
but
you know what I mean? Like
The rest of those names I respect.
I would have thought
Suggs,
Reggie White would have been
Reggie
number
White.
1 or something more along those lines, and they would have thought,
Well,
yeah,
what was
White,
McGinnis
Freed.
on the
Von Miller would have
Patriots?
been up there.
Huh?
How many games are they playing though?
McGinnis?
Yeah.
oh yeah, he was with the Patriots.
Hello.
And
Yeah, that's what I'm
Strahan,
saying,
I thought
like-
Strahan would have been a lot higher up here.
But how many years were they in the
Strahan,
playoffs?
I think had 2 playoff runs.
That is true.
I mean, he probably had more like 1
Actually-
game, 2 games, but
Well,
James
they-
Harrison, I would have
unfortunately, I thought it
expected
was
to be
saying,
like,
They should do it by games, like how many games he played. I bet JJ Watt has had like 2 sacks every playoff game he's ever played.
Harrison's played in hella.
so. He's got like 4
Yeah,
sacks.
the same
Like 4
amount.
sacks total. But he's gotten 2
Oh, the
every
most.
game.
McGinnis is
Aaron Donald's like number 57. That's weird.
well, he's
Well, the
only
Rams are
had
bad.
Fake go.
that's actually very impressive by Willie McGinnis then.
I think it just shows, honestly,
17,
realistic. It
18
really just shows in the playoffs, like the
16
best players are definitely just double teamed
in
every
18
snap. I mean,
games.
there's just
Well, also, I feel like when you get to that later runs in the playoffs, typically those lines are good because you win in
Yeah.
the trenches. So you're probably not getting that many
You're
sacks.
getting game planned around too.
No one
Like,
else. No one else besides Willie McGinnis really has like anywhere close to a sack per game.
Damn.
yeah. So he was
He has
snapping.
16 and 18 games, and then like James Harrison played 22 games, but he has 11 sacks. Dwight Freeney has played 22 games and only has 11 sacks too.
Here is something I fear this weekend for the Chiefs. I fear it a lot. If Higgins and Chase just like early, it's just early, and they get the confidence, and it's like, what the fuck do you do to stop them? Because the Chiefs don't really have like great corners. They don't really have a
No.
great secondary. So like
You're not playing cover 4 and you're like, we got him.
they could get torched.
Chase
You
snaps.
said,
Straight
how
up.
do we stop them?
Straight-
You just tell Mahomes to go do that magic bullshit he pulls out. Just literally go sling that bitch 70 yards and he'll do it. It'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
"I
yeah.
bet."
The only other thing though is we were talking about the coverage grades for the Bengals and stuff and how they've been cooking. They kind of bottled up Kelsey when they played earlier this year too.
So
Oh, they did.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
say
yeah.
is, too,
I remember
because
that. They made,
can't believe we
he
haven't
lost
said
the
this yet, 'cause
game.
I want to like. It's the fact we haven't said this yet is kind of crazy. It'd be like everyone's like right now. Oh my god, how are you taking the Chiefs? The Bengals beat them 3 times. Oh, that's the point. You know how hard it is to beat a good team that many times in a row. I don't think I'm gonna go do it 4 times. That's really what my decision comes down to more than anything. It's like I'm aware that they've kicked their ass all these times.
I do that a lot
Hard to keep
too,
doing.
but like usually the saying's 3 times. Could it be 4? I hope not.
That's what I'm like.
It's gonna happen.
to do the Bengals side, like I guess the reason why I'm confident in picking them against you guys is that bottling up Kelsey is a good point because outside of Travis Kelsey, that the fact of the matter is Mahomes can make every play. He can make every throw. But like if Valdez-Scantling drops a crucial catch, then or Juju doesn't get open one play.
Why is he
And
making
it's-
premonitions?
Like the thing is like I trust Mahomes more than anybody in my life, but do I trust
Do you know who
Valdez-Scantling?
didn't play when they played earlier this year?
Good point. But it's okay. So here's the thing. Dylan's
Young
talking
Joker.
about
Come on, dog.
Kadarius Toney.
Young Joker.
Oh,
He might be the X factor for them because outside of Travis Kelce, they really don't have a game wrecker. So, but the thing is, does Andy Reid trust him? Because he hasn't really
He's
had a high
forced to.
Snapchat.
He's
count.
forced to.
He's forced to, but like I don't know. Andy
In
seems
this-
like a conservative
this
guy
big
that
of
he
a
wouldn't be
game,
playing
too?
in that. Like
I don't think he'll get snaps. I can see him being so conservative. He's like, look, Joker, I love you next year when you know the playbook better. You know what I mean?
right?
Because it's like
That's what I'm
if he
saying.
messes up the route or something,
He blew
it's
a
not
big
his head. It's not a
touchdown
Joker's head. Really.
parlay
It's
for
kind
me
of like
last
I put you
weekend,
out there.
so
I'm gonna-
I will never respect
But he's
him.
been there for
6-8 weeks.
no longer because the trade deadline's
It's
week
such, it
8.
is such a complicated
So
offense
we
that
did-
it's like
So we've done like the 12
True.
weeks already plus playoffs.
I
They had
think
a
he's
buy
only
in there
played.
somewhere.
I think he's only played like 5 though.
Also, look
Yeah.
at Sky Moore. What's going on with that? He
Use
rarely
him?
is in.
Doesn't seem like a
use him maybe. I don't
Bro,
know.
The
But
Chiefs
maybe
wide
that's
receiver
something
room is the
internal.
weirdest thing
It's
because
so
they
weird.
just split snaps between Kadarius Toney, Justin Watson, Sky Moore. Like
no world beaters.
See, it's because
they
it's
just
the-
like rotate.
because it's the Chiefs. They'll never get backlash for the Sky Moore pick. But like, bro, you don't fucking play him and you use a second rounder on him, right? It was a second.
but I
rounder.
think that's a good thing. They're not like they don't feel forced
no,
to
hell
use
no.
him.
If you can run a 4-4, you're gonna play for me.
Okay, can I ask a question?
I don't know if
Because
it's a
I
4-4, but-
always constantly get confused by this. Whenever like there's a play going on, and I can't see the second number. When I see the white guy with the 8, like an 80, I can never tell if it's Kelsey or like Watson or
It's Watson.
like
Yeah.
until they get up.
Noah
and I just
Gray,
see this.
too.
Yeah, that's what
Noah
I'm saying.
Gray, they're all
It's like
the
what,
same.
87, 83,
and it's
84.
literally
yeah.
ridiculous. Like there's
That's
their
facts.
tight
Right
end slash receiver room is hilarious.
It's so funny, dude. Noah Gray's not bad.
I was kind of thinking this too. It's random side note, but tell me it's not kind of accurate. I mean, this right now, this era of the Chiefs offense, kind of like obviously minus the huge difference between Breeze and Mahomes. It's kind of like that old Saints offense with Jimmy Graham and then just a bunch of like solid receivers, but like it's like no world beaters, but it works. You're still tossing 5,000 yards.
Yeah,
Same with Brady and the Patriots. Those kind of. I mean, obviously they had receivers here and there, but those.
bro. The
those
one
guys-
year,
No, like,
sorry, I don't want to go on a
100%.
tangent, but the one year when they had fucking Hogan, Amendola, and fucking
Dorsett and they ringed up.
Edelman,
That's the 28-3.
These men,
Yeah,
they had Phil
that's
Dorsett as their X
crazy,
receiver
bro.
and ringed up.
they were just running out 5'10" white dudes and fucking beating everyone.
That's why Thomas the GOAT.
that's
Phil
how he's
Dorsett has his X receiver and won a bowl. Stop.
That's
He had,
crazy.
he had a lacrosse receiving core, literally.
Like the
Literally.
only team that came even close to doing that is like I'm trying to think of another. Like we were saying, the Eagles' offense when
Maybe.
they won was really like shout out to Nick
Yeah.
Foles for that because that was a hella impressive run too.
Alshon Jeffrey was
Alshon
the best
Jeffrey, like,
receiver.
He was a
Nelson
dog.
Aguilar.
He was a dog.
He was a
Alshon
dog.
was a dog back
That-
in the
Other
day.
than that though, that
That's
was like
Doug,
kind of like
though.
That was the back end of his peak.
That's Doug,
That was
though.
Doug. That
That's
was
Doug, though.
But like,
That's Doug for sure cooking shit up.
you're right.
Like,
And
yeah.
but like honestly, I'm worried. I am. If I was a Chiefs fan, I would be a little worried looking at the X's and O's.
For sure, 100%.
Right.
This is like one of the things where it doesn't really make sense, but I'm just writing the Chiefs because I feel like they have to win.
I mean, I would say
And people are
the
sleeping
same.
on them too. But like realistically, the Bengals beat them in a lot of aspects of the game.
yeah. It's
Oh,
just
they
that
do, yeah.
the Chiefs can't lose. There's just this odd aspect to it. I agree. Bengals have so many advantages.
I don't
The
know.
Chiefs just can't.
I don't know if we want to wrap up soon, but we gotta talk about the fucking D coordinator for the Bengals.
He's
Lou
been-
or blah, blah, blah.
last
I don't really
playoff-
know his name, but he cooked up last playoff.
Right, yep.
Almost a lot of credit goes to him.
Mhm.
And then, I mean, he's cooking up right now. I was watching that Bills game, and there were so many like different like blitz packages and just I don't know what it was. It looked so cool. He was, and like they would show him on the sideline, and like he knew he was like, yeah, I'm calling my shit, and I'm doing it. Like he knew he was cooking, and that'll be interesting to see if like can Mahomes if Mahomes has to stay in the pocket, can he pick that apart? Will he be able to pick it apart with the receivers and stuff like
I
that?
have a cool stat that just made me think of it. So Andy Reid has been famous for this. He's probably one of the best offense coordinator ever to play the game or coach the game. And there's a stat. It's called like play variance. So like there's plays that are like trick plays or plays that they haven't run a different kind of formation. It's just the weird place. And Andy Reid, through the first 4 weeks of the season was the highest coach called play caller in that variance. During the middle of the regular season, that part of it, he was like lowest. So he's calling his, what he knows. And then right before the playoffs, he brings out the ring around the rosy. He starts all these Kadarius Toney
Gets the
flip
creative
end
juice.
arounds. Andy Reid.
This cord, bro.
Andy Reid has been cooking for over a year, saving these cool plays, and he's about to bring them out this week, and it's going to be so fucking dope.
I think he really does have to get in his bag. Like Mahomes is limited. You're gonna have to find plays for him in the pocket because a lot of the plays that Mahomes makes are out of the pocket, fucking crazy sidearm throws, 70 yards on the field. So like, I think he's gonna figure it out. I think he's gonna cook him up.
I gotta say this because I just thought of this now. It's almost like what he's doing is he's setting up something crazy where he's gonna have you thinking it's like, hey, he's gonna bring out something crazy, and they're gonna get in some weird formation, and it's just the Travis Kelce handoff.
I was thinking the same thing.
Like everyone's gonna be like,
I was thinking the same thing.
damn, and it's gonna be like for the touchdown in overtime or something. I want to be like, damn, like he literally just set it up so perfectly because right when everyone thinks it'll be the craziest best play of the year,
You
it's gonna
guys
be something so
you guys
basic,
know-
like a swing pass to Tony from like Kelce or something.
Yeah.
Something so simple.
You guys know Mr. Krabs like vault where he has the Krabby Patty formula and like all the money and stuff. Bro, I just like got this weird vision where like you walk in Andy Reid's office, he just has a vault and it has all of his best plays in there.
See,
So
I
true.
thought you were going
It's
to
so
compare this to
true.
something. My
That's
mind was
what's
so
up.
different.
That's some next level thinking.
That
You don't
was
like
crazy.
SpongeBob though.
I do. I know I don't, but
didn't
that was
forget.
cool. And it makes it better because he has
I had to double
Mr.
check.
Krabs pulled up.
I wanted
on
to
his
see the
laptop.
vault.
I could just imagine like Nagy going into his office, like trying to get the plays and stuff. Can I see him?
Is he plankton? Is he plankton?
No, you're tripping. That's
no.
how he got
He's
the
like
Bears job. He
SpongeBob.
brought Nagy shit over. He's like, yeah, this my stuff.
He said, "Can
he's
I
like,
see them?"
he's like, yeah, this is
Can I see
mine.
this?
Also, he just stained it from Nagy's fault.
I'm trying to
Obviously.
think
Who would Nagy stained it from Reed's fault?
who would be the plankton of like a Andy Reid? Like who's just trying to duplicate his offense but just can't do it?
It's Matthew
Let's make
Nagy.
it- Hey, maybe Nagy drew up the plays. Spin zone. You don't know.
Hey,
No, he didn't.
he
There's
had
no way.
Santa Slay.
Nagy's that dude in class
He's
that's
getting
always
no
trying to
credit.
keep your homework.
He might have because
might have.
he had Santa Slay for the Bears Rams that 2018 game where Brad Sowell caught a touchdown. They brought all the big boys in.
Yeah.
That was some cool stuff right there. I ain't never seen it.
cooker.
Dougie
Hey.
P.
Don't get ahead
That's the
of
closest
yourself.
thing I would say to Andy Reid's offense.
Yeah, maybe Doug.
Dougie P.
Yeah, but he
Yeah.
won a Super Bowl, so like he
But that's what I'm
he
saying.
created the Krabby Patty.
I
Who's
know.
out of
Saying?
who's out of the tree that just
There's
like
so
really
many, I
hasn't?
think.
There's
There's
a
a
ton,
bum.
but
Let's
like
look.
who hasn't panned out?
I think we need to. That's what I'm saying. We need to find someone from that tree that's just like fallen, and now they're trying to like just like
That's what I'm saying.
recreate his offense. Like they're trying to give new wrinkles and
It
it's
could
just
be
not
Eric
working.
Bieniemy because he's kind of like
Oh,
a
yeah.
dirt old head.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I also
That's what
Chiefs
it's
fans, whenever I see
The
something about
Giants
Bieniemy, for a lot of
coach.
times for Chiefs fans,
They-
I feel like
Oh
it's
my
just
God. Oh my God.
during the offseason, it's really normally positive.
my God.
But then when it's like it's like this weird thing where they support him
Patch.
to get a head coaching
Pat
job. I think it's this
Shermer.
weird thing where they don't want him anymore.
Mhm.
They're like, yeah, Bieniemy for head coach is a good thing. And then when he gets signed back, I feel like they're all not on the train, and I'm like, I'm not getting it.
I feel like
Y'all-
there's
Yeah,
a
I think that's the
reason-
best one, probably.
Shermer?
Yeah.
Pat Shermer.
Pat Shermer.
That is hilarious.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
We need to make this like a gif, like a meme, just a fat server liked it.
That's some good shit right
His
there.
record as a head coach is 15-34.
Snapper.
Oh.
Snapper.
So he's like 1-3 in his seasons, like 1-2.
Yeah.
Two just full lost seasons, just one good season.
Yeah, that's bad. I don't know. Sorry to derail the combo there with SpongeBob talk, but
I think we.
is this,
I like
is
this.
this a good spot to cut it?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Score predictions.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna say like 34-27.
You're going high. That's where I was going. Mahomes masterclass. I gotta back that up. So I'm gonna go with like
Are you my homie?
no, hell no.
Come on.
35. 31. But it's the playoffs, so like defenses come and play. So I could be looking stupid soon, but
And running the clock down a lot more too and
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
so-
I'm gonna say 40-34. It's ending in overtime.
Oh, that's spicy.
I want an overtime game. I want to see
That would
both
be
teams get a
sick.
chance.
This would be the one. That's like the Chiefs, Bills.
Yeah.
Like that's the one I want to see. Yeah, this is the one I want to see.
I'm going 24-23. Low scoring.
Ooh.
Something.
Is it a late field goal? I think it has to be, right? If it's 24-23.
Harrison Butker goes down and it's Justin Reed.
Wait, you're picking the
Badass.
Bengals?
That would be the craziest
You're picking
moment.
the Bengals to win.
I only did it just to.
He wanted to be devil's
Just to be a-
advocate. He
yeah,
always wants to be
I-
the devil's
I'm
advocate.
actually Jesus.
We need that. We need
Yeah, I
that.
was like, whatever.
That'd be hysterical.
That's a crazy scenario, though.
That'd be raw.
That's some Madden shit.
That is.
Oh, I don't know. I think the Chiefs score 31 and the Bengals score 35, 38.
You went with Bengals, right?
Oh, I've been a Bengals guy. Zach
okay.
Taylor, ZAC.
ZAC.
CAC.
Is ZAC.
Since he loves him.
Who
gonna beat the
Can't believe it.
Well, did you see? They actually do that cool shit. So when they win the game, they
They go to
bring
the
the game
bar.
ball to like a local bar.
Yeah, that's
He-
so
he's
That's
raw.
so raw.
I don't know
That's
why
so
more
cool.
teams don't do shit like that.
That's
That
just
is-
Zach Taylor
this
riding
point-
his high horse.
At this point, you
Get off of it, man.
At this point, no one else can do it though, because then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're copying the Bengals," blah blah blah. But
I
like,
just think
But you could give it to like something. Even just like you give to a local,
Yeah.
like something. I know what you mean.
I feel
That
like
is
the
a cool
game is
gesture.
really going to be decided by like a bad turnover, kind of like the Jaguars Chiefs game was.
Mm.
Like, I think the Jags could have won that game if Agnew didn't fumble the ball.
they
Yeah,
could
it
have.
was-
When
Yeah.
I was watching the game, I was joking the whole time, like before the game, like it's the Jamal Agnew breakout game, and he was spazzing on kickoffs.
He's good.
And he's
He's
fast.
a weapon, yeah.
Yeah, he's great
That's a
when he
good- that's a-
fumbles in that red zone too.
Low key all pro at Jamal Agnew.
Yeah.
Yeah, put some
Yeah.
respect on his
Yeah,
name.
that's
He was
true.
all pro last returner, but hey, shout out to him, all pro.
Hey, all
nonetheless.
pro no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he still got the title.
Thanks.
All right.
As always, go Bears.
Go Bears.
A little off time, but go
Yeah.
Saints.
Yeah.
Go Bears. Go Hawks.
Go Hogs.
They're like one of the worst teams in the NHL.
We are so bad.
What? He's talking about
Yeah,
the
let's talk about
We're talking about Iowa.
one of the worst teams in the
Iowa.
Big Ten. It's okay. You're on
Yeah,
point. One of
let's
the
go.
worst teams in the Big Ten.
I'm with Hunter. I'm talking about the Blackhawks, and we are so trash right now, man. Let's get it together. Let's bring back the glory days.
You can go to a
No,
game
that
for
ain't coming
like
back.
$8.
That
Yeah,
ain't
it's
coming
bad.
back.
It's real bad. All right. Thanks, guys.
Woo.